You are being fed a steady diet of financial fear porn. While the people at the top are getting richer than ever before, they keep telling you that a total collapse is coming, but the actual numbers tell a completely different story. I am 27 years old, and my net worth is exactly $124,560. I did not reach that number by listening to the doom scrollers on YouTube or waiting for the perfect time to invest. I reached it by driving a 2006 sedan that sounded like a blender and living in an apartment with no sofa for a year. I lived like a monk so I could dump every single penny into the market, while everyone else was busy buying luxury items they could not afford. Right now, everyone is talking about the economy breaking, but we just got two major signals that say otherwise. We got another strong jobs report, and the stock market just hit another all-time high. Well over 7,300 on the SP 500. Most people think these things are separate, but they are actually locked together in what I call the job reset. This is not a collapse, it is not a panic, and it is definitely not some grand conspiracy. It is a fundamental shift in how this entire economy functions right before our eyes. We are seeing low unemployment, rising productivity, and a massive AI expansion all at the exact same time. While you were waiting for the world to end, the winners were busy buying assets that you will eventually have to rent from them. Let us talk about the actual numbers. So we are crystal clear about what is happening on the ground. Friday's jobs report came in way stronger than the talking heads on the news expected. The economy added 115,000 new non-farm jobs in April. Most economists were only expecting about 60,000. That is nearly double the expectation. Unemployment stayed stable at 4.3%, and wages were up 3.6% from a year ago. That wage growth is actually beating the inflation we have seen over the last 12 months, folks. The labor market is still standing, and it is standing incredibly strong. I have been hearing about a potential recession for 3 years now. I was even making videos about it back in 2023, but guess what? It hasn't happened yet. The experts told you that higher interest rates and layoffs would fold the economy, but the labor market is still cooking. Is it a perfect economy? Absolutely not. Housing affordability is a joke. Gas prices are ridiculous, and groceries feel like a luxury. Debt levels are growing for many Americans, but the core labor market is still showing incredible resilience. Wall Street has noticed this, and they are betting their billions on it. Investors looked at that jobs report and saw nothing but momentum. Remember, the stock market is just a collection of businesses. It is not some far-off foreign entity. It is a bet on the future. Not a reflection of the past. Stocks are not priced based on what happened 6 months ago. They are priced based on where the economy is going next. Right now, businesses are betting that they will keep making money and that you will keep spending it. Average hourly earnings are going up by 3.6% year over year. That tells you that businesses are willing to pay more to keep you on the payroll. We are also seeing a slight dip in labor force participation. When you combine fewer people working with strong hiring, you get a massive labor shortage. Companies are struggling to find skilled workers, and that is why unemployment stays low despite high interest rates. The stock market is not pricing in a collapse. It is pricing in a structural transformation. The market loves a strong jobs market because more people working means more people spending. More spending means more profit for the businesses you own in your portfolio. Stability, predictability, and momentum are what the big money craves. The stock market is not the economy. It is a bet on the future of the economy. If the future looks strong to businesses, they hire more and they pay better. I think investors are finally realizing that the old economic models are officially broken. We are in the middle of a structural change in how we work and how productivity happens. Think about AI companies are trying to figure out how to do more with fewer people. This is a different era of work than anything we grew up with. Tech, automation, and labor demand are all evolving at the same time. For years, people thought technology would destroy the economy by putting everyone out of work. But what if technology increases productivity so much that it creates more wealth and more jobs? What if AI improves efficiency enough that it creates an entirely new phase of exponential growth? That is what the market is betting on right now, and it is pushing prices higher and higher. The AI tools that were cool in 2025 are already old news in 2026. Everything from logistics to manufacturing is changing at lightning speed. Now, I want to be real with you because I don't sugarcoat anything here. This optimism does not mean every single person is going to benefit from this shift. Every economic shift creates winners, and it creates losers. That is why you need to get on the right side of this shift today. You do not want to be a loser when the dust settles on the job reset. This is not the same economy we had 5 or 10 years ago. The game has changed, and you have to change your game too. This creates a very interesting situation for the Federal Reserve. If jobs stay stable and productivity keeps rising, the Fed has to adjust their strategy. The old playbook of hitting a 2% inflation target might be impossible. Now, we have a new Fed chair coming in, and he has no manual for what we are seeing. We were talking talking about recession back in 2023 and 2024. Everyone assumed higher rates would break the system, but the system proved to be more resilient. Maybe the goal shouldn't have been 2% inflation, maybe it should have been 3%. Who knows? What we do know is that businesses are becoming more efficient faster than anyone predicted. Investors believe this economy can handle higher rates for longer than the experts said. That is a massive shift in thinking that you need to account for. If the labor market stays strong and consumers keep spending, the stock market will keep climbing. Even with global tensions and high tariffs, the economy looks strong on the surface. Now, we are not naive. We know that volatility can happen at any moment. The president could say one thing tomorrow and cause a major pull back in prices. Recessions are always possible because nothing moves in a straight line forever. This jobs report wasn't perfect. Part-time work increased and participation dropped. But the big picture is that the economy is not breaking in the traditional ways. It is restructuring itself in real time right before our eyes. We are watching the early stages of a new economic phase. It is shaped by AI, new technology, and evolving business models. The job reset is already happening, and most people are too distracted by the headlines to see it. I am halfway to my goal of complete financial independence. Because I stopped listening to the noise, I didn't buy the fancy car, and I didn't care about looking rich to people. I cared about being free. I want you to have that same peace of mind. I want you to have a financial fortress so that when the rules change, you don't even blink. I hit $124,560 because I treated my money like a mission. I tracked every penny and I ignored every distraction. The best person to take care of the old you is the young you right now. If you're still waiting for a crash to start investing, you are losing the game. You cannot time the market. You can only spend time in the market. I put 60% of my money into VOO, 20% into VUG, and 20% into SHD. That is my army, and they are working for me every single day while I sleep. If you want to be a predator in this market, you have to be disciplined. Stop buying stuff you don't need to impress people you don't like. Start buying your freedom one share at a time. I am telling you this because I want you to win. I am sick of seeing regular people get crushed because they followed outdated advice. The path to wealth is boring and repetitive, but it works. Look at your bank account today and ask yourself if you are building a legacy or just paying bills. If you are just paying bills, it is time to change the plan immediately. Sell the junk, cut the costs, and start investing today. The job reset is here, and it is not waiting for you to be ready. You have to take your seat at the table or you will be on the menu. I am going to keep sharing my numbers and my strategy because I want to see you succeed. We are in a new era and the opportunities are massive for those who pay attention. Don't be a spectator in your own life. Join the community of people who are actually taking action. I appreciate you spending time with me on this journey. Remember, consistency is the only thing that separates the winners from the losers. Keep your head down, keep your expenses low, and keep your investments high. I will see you in the next video where we break down why most high-yield savings accounts are a trap. We are going to keep digging into the truth that the big banks don't want you to know. Stay focused, stay hungry, and stay hard. I am going to check on my portfolio soldiers. Now, go do the work. Nobody is coming to save you but yourself. See you in the next one. I hit 6 figures because I refused to accept average results. I watched people my age blow their paychecks on vacations and clothes they didn't need. I chose to buy shares of the companies they were spending their money at. That is the ultimate chess move in this economy. If you see everyone running one way, you should probably be looking the other way. The majority of people are broke and will stay broke because they follow the crowd, break away from the pack, and start thinking for yourself. The math is simple, but the discipline is hard. If it was easy, everyone would be a millionaire, but it is not. And that is why the rewards are so high for those who stick it out. Don't let a bad day or a bad week in the market shake you out of your position. The market is a machine that transfers wealth from the impatient to the patient. Which one are you going to be? I am betting on the long-term growth of the American economy, and I am betting on myself. You should do the same. The job reset is your opportunity to rewrite your future. Don't blow by being lazy or afraid. The data is clear and the path is open. Now it is up to you to walk it. I will see you guys very soon. Peace. I am serious. Go check your accounts right now. Know your numbers better than the government knows them. The job reset is your chance to break free. Don't waste it. I am out of here for real this time. Catch you later. Bye. Stay disciplined. The math is on your side if you let it work. I remember being broke and it sucked. I remember having $45 in my account and wondering how I was going to make it, but I never stopped investing. Even if it was just $5, that habit is what saved me. Consistency is the king of wealth. Never forget that. All right, I am done for real. See ya.